Today we're going to talk about climate change impacts on the oceans. The world's ocean cover approximately 70% of the Earth's surface. The ocean provides humans with a wide variety of goods and services, including foods, recreational opportunities, and transportation corridors. That's why we must take care of our largest ecosystem in order to survive, because it is undoubtedly in danger. The increasing greenhouse gases are drastically affecting our oceans. It has acidified the oceans, increased its temperature, and changed the patterns of the ocean currents, and humans should find a way to mitigate before it is too late.
Greenhouse gases are the gases that absorb heat energy obtained from the earth and radiates it in all directions. Greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and ozone layer. Greenhouse gases plays a great role in making the earth habitable. It helps the earth maintain a stable temperature for the living creatures to live. Without the help of greenhouse gases, the earth would have been frozen. However, the increasing amount of greenhouse gases have huge disadvantages. The disadvantages includes increasing earth temperature, the rise in sea level, and acidification of the ocean. In the past century, the amount of greenhouse gas has increased rapidly, and human beings are responsible for it.
Carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases are wrapping an extra blanket around the planet, trapping the extra heat inside our atmosphere. The extra heat inside the atmosphere gets absorbed by the oceans, and that's the problem.
This causes rise in ocean temperatures which affects marine ecosystem and animals. According to IUCN, the ocean is absorbing more than 90% of leftover heat from greenhouse gases. This is causing extreme changes in temperatures in the ocean. This has a lot of negative effects both on the marine ecosystem and us humans. According to Sandifer, due to changes in temperatures, fishes will become smaller by at least 14% by 2050 and decrease in population. High temperatures also causes coral bleaching, which threatens the entire marine ecosystem. Many marine species, including fish, will lose their breeding ground, and most of the marine species will move to places where temperature is just right for them.
To understand the impact of climate change on ocean currents, we first need to know how it works. Currents are ocean water movement in a continuous flow mainly created by surface wind and partly by temperature, salinity gradient, Earth's rotation, and tides. You can describe the ocean current as a conveyor belt. It transports warm water and precipitation from the equator towards the poles, and cold water from the poles back to the tropics. As a result, the ocean current helps distribute heat, thus regulating global climate. Therefore, without currents in the ocean, regional temperature will be more extreme, super hot at the equator and frigid towards the pole, and much less of Earth's land will be habitable. Researchers claim that ocean current will be affected by climate change because global warming may increase rainfall in the North Atlantic and the melting of glaciers and sea ice. The influx of warm fresh water onto the sea surface can alter the ice formation, thus disrupting the sinking of cold, salty water. This sequence of events could slow or even stop the conveyor belt, resulting in potentially drastic temperature changes throughout the world. Some skeptics believe that climate change is just a natural cycle. They believe that many of the effects we've seen today are due to natural processes which also caused Earth to warm up in the past. Such as volcano eruptions and mud domes can have CO2 and methane seep out of the Earth's crust. However, this occurrence is not responsible for the current climate change because those only produce 1% of the CO2 and less than 15% of the methane that we humans produce every year. Some argue that El Niño can explain warming temperatures as more heat is released from the ocean and into the atmosphere. This means that during the year of El Niño, the ocean heat content should have decreased since more heat is transferred into the atmosphere to balance out the total heat in the system. However, this is not happening. Instead, the heat level in both the ocean and the atmosphere has increased drastically. This only means that it's us humans who are responsible in producing such enormous amount of heat-trapping gases that wraps Earth with a thicker blanket and preventing heat from escaping into space. Increasing greenhouse gas has acidified ocean, increases temperature, and change ocean current. The ocean acidification has negatively impacted marine life and coral reefs. The increasing temperature has caused the sea level to rise and made it difficult for vulnerable animals to adapt. The change in ocean currents has made the climate inconsistent. However, all hope is not lost. We can still take actions to prevent these kind of disasters from happening, or at least slow down the negative effects.
We can limit the emission of greenhouse gases by decreasing the use of fossil fuels. We could also encourage policymakers to create laws to protect the ocean and limit human interference. We can further fund researchers to find more information related to climate change and changes in temperatures and find more efficient ways to deal with it.